Hello, welcome to my bedroom. I thought that because it has been World Sleep Day this recent week, that I would just hop on and talk a little bit about creating a good sleep routine, because that's absolutely key in getting a better night's sleep. And the more I've written about over the years, the more I realise that if we don't have a really good night's sleep, it's very hard for us to function well. And that includes mental health, our immune system, our weight regulation, so many things impacted by good sleep. So very simply, I'm going to share with you literally what's on my bedside table and what I do every night, and also what I travel with. So for those of you who are thinking of getting away, perhaps for Easter holidays or a break, to show some of the things that I take with me to guarantee that I get a good night's sleep wherever I am. So first of all, I guess the fundamental is a pillow. And I really love a moulded pillow. This is just a very simple Tempur pillow, but it's moulded so that your neck is supported. And I find that that's really helpful as somebody who's slightly prone to neck strain because of having too much computer work, screen work. You know, we're all hunched over our screens all the time, aren't we? So to have something that just helps to put the neck in the right position as we sleep is really important. And then your pillowcase. So sleeping on a silk pillowcase, I've got a couple of these, is really so comforting. It feels incredibly comfortable. It's very good for the skin. So it's very soft and smooth. It doesn't crease, so you don't wake up with that kind of pillow creasing on your face. And it's also supposed to be very good for the hair as well. It just helps to smooth the cuticle and keeps your hair smooth and shiny. So a pillowcase is always a really good addition. And when I travel, this is what I take with me. So I found this online, and this is my little travel bag. I've got a few other goodies in here connected to sleep, which I'll talk about in just a sec. But in here, I have got a travel-sized version of that moulded neck pillow. You can find these online. We'll see if we can pop some links to the ones that we think are good. And I actually had a friend who is a brilliant dressmaker make a couple of little silk pillowcases especially to fit my travel pillow, so I can always travel this wherever I am. So that is an absolute must-have, and it smells great. And the reason it smells so good is that the other thing that came out of my little travel bag is my jar of lavender oil, little bottle of lavender oil. And every night without fail, I've got my one beside me here, wherever I am, 1 or 2 drops sprinkled just like that. You don't need to spend money on an expensive spray. You can if you want to, but you don't need it. And what I've found over the years, and I've been doing this for years and years and years, is that it doesn't stain, it doesn't mark. You can literally just put 1 or 2 drops on. And it's scientifically shown that the smell of lavender is very calming, it's very sedating, it relaxes the brain. So it just helps switch things off. And I think the thing about creating a sleep routine is it tells your brain that it's time for bed. It says, okay, now the day is finished, it's time to just calm things down. You can obviously put a few drops of this into a lovely warm bath before you get into bed. Make sure the bath water is not too hot, because that will kind of rev you up a bit. You just want something that's lovely and warm and calming. And of course, in your bath, you can also put some magnesium bath salts, because magnesium has been shown to be absorbed through the skin if you use it in large quantities in the bath. And that, again, is a very good way to help encourage a good night's sleep. But magnesium isn't just for the bath or for the skin. I always take a magnesium supplement. This is the one that I take. It's by Strong Nutrients, lovely Zana Morris. I just take one of these every night before bed. And absolutely, it's been part of the whole jigsaw of helping me get a better night's sleep. So magnesium, definitely. The other thing that really helps is to make sure that you are in a completely black room. Now, we know that we should be minimizing screen time, that little blue light that's given off from our gadgets, our devices, our tablets, even the TV, is keeping the brain awake. It's saying, hey, it's daytime, it's light, it's time to stay awake and be energized. So the more we can minimize screen time, and you can buy filters for your phone or your tablet that kind of block that blue light. But best of all, of course, is to switch it off. Maybe turn to a book instead, but just try and keep off the screens for a couple of hours before bedtime. If you haven't got a really dark bedroom, and I do highly recommend investing in something like a blackout blind, making sure that all those little gadgets that can bleep and that can keep you awake are covered, so that you don't have even those little tiny lights while we're asleep. We can still be getting interference from that light in the brain. If you can't do that, then obviously sleeping with a sleep mask. This is a really nice British brand, Holistic Silk. So again, using something that's silk is really good because it's comfortable over the eyes, it doesn't crease, and it's quite comfy. You can fall asleep with it on. And, you know, I'm quite a light sleeper actually, but I find that an eye mask is fine. If it's silk, it doesn't keep me awake, and I wake up in the morning and it's still in place, remarkably. So actually inside my little travel bag here, I have my lavender oil, and I have just a little travel mask just in case I get somewhere and it's not completely blacked out. Now, the other thing that can keep us awake, of course, is sound. And if you're quite sensitive to sound, which I am, I've got very sharp hearing, so, you know, which is a blessing in one way, but also it means that the tiniest bit of noise, even in the countryside, bird song, the dawn chorus, you know, from 5 a.m. or whatever, is going to start waking me up. So I always sleep with earplugs. So I have these are mine. They are actually silicone molded to fit my ears. So there's a little red dot on one, R for right ear, that goes in, and a little blue dot on the other. So I have several pairs of these, and I had these made at a hearing centre in London. A lot of hearing centres, you can go and they just put a little wax mould in your ear and then they send it away, and then a few weeks later you get these in the post. So look those up online if you fancy having some made for you. But also, I actually do find that even just the little silicone ones like this, I find that silicone is better than wax, and they just mold really easily. So you just sort of compress them and then pop them in the ear, and then they just unfurl gently just to give you a better night's sleep. So definitely, I always have my earplugs. These are them in the bag that goes into my travel bag. Now, a couple of other things that are just quite nice to have, frankly, are slumber drops. So these are made by a British company called Life Armour, and they're just drops that you have last thing at night, and they've got interesting ingredients just to help keep us calm. Things like passiflora, which is a well-known herb, valerian. You can also drink passiflora tea or valerian tea or chamomile tea last thing at night. That helps. But one of the interesting ingredients in this is Montmorency cherry. And when I went to look this up online, it's very interesting, the clinical studies that look at Montmorency cherry, which is basically tart cherry. So you can buy things like tart cherry juice. And it's naturally high in melatonin, and that's a hormone that helps with our sleep-wake cycle. So we need melatonin to help us get a good night's sleep. And I actually looked it up online, and I was really interested to see that on PubMed, which is the website that has a lot of properly reviewed evidence-based information on all kinds of medicines and supplements and things like that, there is a study, and it's a randomized controlled trial, and it says the effect of tart cherry juice, which is Montmorency cherry, on melatonin levels and enhanced sleep quality. And the conclusion was, interestingly, the data suggests that consumption of a tart cherry juice concentrate provides an increase in melatonin that's beneficial in improving sleep duration and quality in healthy men and women, and might be of benefit in managing disturbed sleep. There you go, reported none other on the National Library of Medicine. You can look it up on PubMed if you're interested. So one of the ingredients of Drops of Slumber is Montmorency cherry. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I think it works so well. And then last but not least, I have to say that I am a night grinder. Do you grind your teeth at night? I think it's partly genetic, it's partly stress related, but you can get this TMJ, which is this real kind of pain in the jaw. And I get that, and I have tried so many different things. I've had dental guards made, I've tried lots of different bite guards, and I tend just to chew my way through them. But one of the best ones I've found, and again, we will put a link to this, so you can go and have a look at lizearlewellbeing.com and just look up all the things if you're interested, is a disposable dental guard. It's called Dentec. Comes in little packets like this. And this is actually what it looks like. This is mine at the moment. A little bit chewed, and you just pop it in, and you can't really tell that it's in. So it's not kind of really bulky and awkward. Not too unattractive. And it says it's disposable. I think you get them in sort of like packs of 10 or 20. I don't use them just once and throw them away. I find that I can actually use them for a couple of weeks and they work out really quite good value. So this is it, Dentec. That's it, comes in little packets. So there you are. So those are my kind of non-negotiables. A really good pillow, trying to minimize screen time, magnesium, either a bath, but definitely a magnesium supplement before bedtime, earplugs to block out the noise, something to make sure that your room is dark or an eye shade. Lavender oil, for me, that's an absolute must-have. It always comes with me. You might like to try a herbal remedy. You know, slumber drops are good. Montmorency cherry, you might like to look out for that. Your bite guard, if you're a night grinder. And something else, actually, that's my bedside companion, and this is a bit of a luxury, I know, is my cell return mask. This is Lily, my daughter. This is her company. And I have this on the red setting. So if I just press the button there, you'll see the red light comes on. Now it doesn't flicker. I know it's flickering on a screen, but it doesn't flicker in real life. And this has a cycle for 20 minutes. And I literally just put this on last thing at night. And not only is it very good for the skin, because that's the main benefit, but it also is very good for helping to encourage a good night's sleep. There are studies that show that while blue light can keep us awake, the red light can help encourage a good night's sleep. So that's my little bit of extra spoiling that helps me get a good night's sleep. So I hope that's helpful. Please leave a comment below if I've missed anything. If there are any other sleep tips that you found to be really helpful, it would be really good to share. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Get a good night's sleep. Bye-bye.